Alright, so today we're going to do a little bit different of a video. This is going to be more about the mindset because obviously mindset is very important when it comes to actually anything in your life. So today is going to be more about mindset. And let us get into it. So I'm sure you all have heard the story, but there's a haunted house, right? And there is a man, there's two men. There's a man who he believes in ghosts, right? So there's two men, one believes in ghosts, and the other one doesn't believe in ghosts. And the one that does believe in ghosts, he's up all night, freaking out about ghosts. He gets no sleep because he's constantly worried about the ghosts the whole night through. So he wakes up, and since he's sleep deprived, he had no sleep, he hears more noises, and now he's even more freaked out. Whether there is a ghost or there isn't a ghost, his mind is playing tricks on him, and he is freaking out, so he can't think properly. And when you can't think properly, you can't get anything done in your life. And it's just a death spiral down. Now the second man does not believe in ghosts. So he sleeps soundly. So when he hears the noises in the night, he just goes, oh, the wind, and he goes back to bed, and he gets a full 10 hours of sleep. And when he wakes up, goes through his day, he hears more sounds, and he thinks that's weird. But he thinks logically, so he thinks it probably is, maybe something else is going on, but surely not a ghost because I don't believe in ghosts. But the point is that the man who doesn't believe in ghosts, his mind is sharp and is clear, and he can think logically about what's happening. The man who does cannot think clearly. His sleep was bad. So many things caused him to spiral down versus the man who simply didn't believe in ghosts. So obviously, we understand from this diagram, belief is a very important thing. So what you believe in is very important, and it shapes your whole reality. So why is this relevant? This is relevant to everything in your life. If you don't believe you'll get a winning e-commerce store, if you don't if you don't believe you'll ever find a winning product, if you don't believe you'll ever build a winning landing page, if you don't ever believe you'll take winning photos, all these things will translate into you not actually doing the thing that you set out to do. Because it all started with your belief, with your mind. It all failed once you didn't believe that you could do the things. So never have a limiting mindset. Limiting mindset is the worst thing in the world. Because if you take a second man who believes he's going to have great photos, going to make great videos, going to make great landers, going to make great everything, he's, of course, going to beat the other man because he's almost willing it into existence. Manifestation, manifestation, there's some part of manifestation is a little woo-woo-woo, but I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the simple fact of if you're comfortable with an idea of something, then you're most likely going to achieve that said thing. So it's manifestation's absolutely real sense in the comfortability of the thing. So never have a limiting mindset. Never believe in things that really take your power away. Because even if they're true, how can they benefit you? So only believe in things that make your mind most optimal. Now, I know this was a little bit different style than what you're used to me talking about, but it is very important because there's a lot of people I see who even are talking to me right now, and they have sort of limiting mindsets. They say, like, what if this? What if it's not good? Like, you are failing just from the start because just from the gun, you have this mindset of you already lost. And if you already think you're going to lose, if you already think you lost, then how are you ever going to win? You won't win, right? If you already lost, you won't win. So I want you to really think on this. If you already think you'll lose, how can you win? You can't win. So next time you start, even the words you say, because the words you say translate into what you think, right? So even the words you say, watch carefully of what you're saying. Especially to me, if you're telling me that your landing page is not that good, if you're telling me that you don't believe that you could replicate a landing page like a winning model, then you're not going to. So even if you look delusional, do it anyways. I mean, everyone knows Naruto. So think about Naruto. Like, he said the whole time, the whole show, he said, I'm going to be Hokage. I'm going to be Hokage. Everyone laughed at him. But it's almost like it willed it into existence because his words started to align with his actions, and he grew and grew and grew and grew until he actually was Hokage. And was it really the manifestation? Did he say it and then it got brought to him? Not really. It's more like he said it and then his mind started to obey the words, and then his actions started to like translate, and then he just winded up working towards that. So it's more of like this combination of things, less of woo woo woo, like I said I wanted it so it came to me. Nothing ever comes to you, you have to go get it, but your mindset needs to be okay with the thing, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much all today I have to say to you guys. You know, as always, the saying, right? Always grateful and highly blessed.